and mean to his callers.
Yeah.
Vicious. And I like that. I thought that was funny.
So this is them talking about
But I'll never forget one show.
I don't know who Mark Levin is.
He was a normie, like right-wing conservative radio talk show guy, like someone that even Tucker Carlson looked at as like mundane.
Gotcha.
He goes live and he says, America's becoming a majority non-white country. Does anybody think that's a good idea? And I was thinking to myself, yeah, that actually doesn't sound so good. I didn't really even think that America's becoming majority minority like that.
Wait, so you were radicalized on race by Mark Levin?
Yes.
Are you making that up? That's
a real story.
Okay, pause.
Amazing.
So that's the first moment you can tell right away that Tucker's like, that doesn't seem to make any sense. Like, like that's the guy that got you into this. So you can tell Tucker doesn't really buy the story. So I'm just kind of building the case along. If you could skip ahead to 13 minutes now, he's going to talk about how when he moved to Boston to go to university, he was 18 years old and he was wearing a MAGA hat all the time. And he was approached about debating. He has like 100 Instagram followers. This is why what my belief is here, Sankar, again, we referred to this on prior episodes. I believe Fuentes is an industry plant.
Right, gotcha. That's what I'm figuring out is what you mean.
Yes, is that, and I think that this this 13 minutes here is good evidence of him being an industry plant, in my opinion.
Douchebag progressive, and he's the student body president of the student government there. And so we set up the debate. It was about a week before the actual election. So I think it was end of October, beginning of November. And they hold it in this auditorium in the center of the campus. And like 300 people show up. So it turns into like this huge, and they're all liberal. They all hate my guts. They're heckling me the whole time. They're yelling at me. We do this debate about Trump versus Hillary. And so I'm there and I'm pro-Trump. And I say,
right
I think
there's nothing.
Trump's going to win, and I'm straight up like ripping the Ben Shapiro
to this debate. It's you just come out of nowhere. You have no following. The other guy's the student body president. Who could give a fuck?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And now 300 kids want to show up, and you have to give some kindness and some whatever or some understanding back to the time. Anything MAGA was so inflammatory that first 4 years. That like I could see kids getting worked up, but 300 of them showing up, like that's an impressive draw.
Yeah.
There are stand-up comedians that well that can't get 300 people to show up for them for something like that. So like but there's a little bit more on the industry plant point here, and then we'll move on.
Talking points. I'm saying, it's got everything to do with culture and nothing to do with race, and diversity is a problem and all this. And I decisively win the debate. It's like not even close.
I just I'll do one pause only. And this, you told me about this and I was listening to this part. It was this part that I was like, I don't really like this guy.
I decisively win the debate.
Yeah. It's obvious to everyone. I won the debate.
And also, it's like, how obvious could it be you won a debate in a room with 300 people that don't like you? Like, how hard did you crush this debate? Was it Rocky IV? You know what I mean? Did you stand in the middle of them and go, if I can change and you can change, we all can change? Like, what did you do?
Yeah, it just felt a little pompous.
Yes.
But I think that's something that happens on both the right side of YouTube pundits and then the same thing on the left.
It happens in punditry. It is just sort of what punditry has to be.
The debate wraps up, and this girl who I think I had talked to her on Twitter once or twice comes running up to the stage after the debate, and it's Cassie Dillon. And at this time, she's a fellow at Daily Wire, Ben Shapiro's company.
So that's what I'm talking about, industry plant-wise. He's 18 years old. He has 100 followers. He gets the school to set up this giant debate. 300 people show up, and all of a sudden, Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire is there to check it out. She goes to tell him she streamed it, and 10,000 people watched, and now they want to offer you jobs. It's just very whatever. If we go to 29:28, I want to pull this as a sound clip. It's just Tucker telling him he thinks he's a liar to his face without actually saying it. Like, just the way Tucker says that's very interesting. I want to pull it to have as a clip on the show because I it's just so dismissive.
That's Very interesting.
Good enough.
Yes.
And so that clip appears
That's
in.
all I needed. That's very interesting. We can skip 108 because that's basically just Tucker making the David Duke argument, and I don't really need to show you that. You get the idea. And then, so 140 is the last. I don't even remember what this is, to be completely honest with you. But
let's
140.
find out together. 138, 139, 46. That's probably the closest that I want to go without going over.
Said that. So he was like 5'5". He got. I guess he was involved with drugs, actually, with his roommate. They sold drugs together, something like that. They had a falling out over the drug money or something like that. The roommate beat the shit out of him so bad he dropped out of school. He had this major falling out with the roommate, but they were close. Had a big falling out. The shooter took him to small claims court over some money.
Okay, so I just think I just thought he sounded like a fucking liar.
This guy was just in a downward.
We can stop. So, honestly, if you go watch the rest of this I was really supposed to make Nick Fuentes sound like not a Fed, and all it did was make me further believe that he's a Fed. I really think he's controlled opposition, and he's making this pivot right now because he's got to this is this time to level up. And people will think that that's crazy, but don't forget that the CIA made the Scorpions write Winds of Change to end the Cold War. This is something that these organizations do. This is not crazy. Mm-hmm.